And welcome back, one and all. Welcome back to Overclocked, A History of Violence. This is part 2. It is Sunday still, but it's now the afternoon.
He sends me his contact details soon. I've got a few questions for him.
Marvellous. Okay, so the game's not going to let us really go forward until we have a quick look at the dossier. There we go. We can now proceed. Okay, next thing we need to do is trigger some events. So to start that, we need to talk to him.
Dr. Young?
Yes. So, David, how did it go? Lucked out with your first contact? Reverse memory activated?
You've read my treatise? I'm pleased.
It's difficult to avoid when it gets reprinted as often as it does.
Yes, that's true. It caused quite a commotion. Did you like it?
I don't want to argue with you, David. I'm also not entitled to.
Just tell me, will you?
We both come from different eras of psychiatry. We're worlds apart, and I don't believe I have any regrets about that.
Uh-huh.
And to be honest, you are very quick to respond to criticism of your methods. This step-by-step regression might well ring true in theory, but in practice...
Well, in my time in the Army, we had some great successes. For example, with the reconstruction of combat situations, and...
I heard you were dishonorably discharged from the Army.
Can I ask where you got that from?
I'm not so out of touch as you might think. They're not all your friends, you know, our fellow professionals.
That may well be true. However, my discharge had to do with personal matters. It had nothing to do with my work.
I heard differently. Weren't there one or two problems with your, let's say, stability?
Listen, I don't know what you're getting at, but I find it neither fair nor appropriate when you...
It's not right, then. It's okay. Maybe I've been listening a little too much to the general gossip. I wish you the very best of luck with your method, regardless. I think you'll need it.
Thank you for your honesty. I value that.
I rather don't value that. I think you're just being an annoying little git. But oh well, we don't need to talk to you anymore. Is there anything we need to grab in here? I don't think so. Okay, we now need to trigger an event. So, we're going to have to go this way and talk to patient number 1. Now, as you can see in the top right, we have just received the contact details for the cop. I can't remember his bloody name off the top of my head. So what we're going to do, we're going to go talk to patient number 1, then we're going to go ring the cop, and then we need to grab an item to make this work. That is not patient number 1, that's patient number 2. Here we go. Patient number 1.
Hello.
Hello.
Remember me? I'd like to talk to you again. Only if you want. If that's not a problem. I'll just stay a while here with you, okay?
Right, now we're going to use the pendulum to hypnotise him.
I've got to find some way of reaching him.
Now, for some reason, the pendulum on its own does not work, so we need an additional item. But we will get to that in just a moment. Come on, Dave. Get up. We have stuff to do. You've got to sort of wonder about the character animations a little bit, considering they do seem to linger. Right, let's go. Ring. Now, what's his name? Oh god, yeah, we're gonna get... We get this, and I'm damn well gonna talk over it.
The important thing for me is a speech I always used.
I really don't want to hear it. It is pointless. It just tells you about how he uses it to record.
I'm already.
Detective, this is David McNamara.
Doc, that was fast. You got news already?
I've had a look through the file, and there's something in there I'd like to discuss with you. I read in one of the reports that when he was arrested, one of the young men constantly called out the word delete.
You did. Strange, huh? Sure. Thing is, with a sect, maybe that isn't such an absurd idea. But our guys have checked it out. No way is it a known street phrase or a kind of gang code word. So you've been able to make some kind of contact?
Yeah, shall we say getting closer. These kids are pretty disturbed. And you know what? The thing with this ominous word has given me an idea. I can confront him with it.
Okay, great. I still have things to do, Doc. Best of luck, all right? And hey, best of luck with Doc Young and the charming Ms. Fairbanks.
Why, thank you.
Okay, so the word delete is quite important for patient number 1. So, how are we going to implement this into the whole hypnosis thing? You may be wondering. Well, it makes some sense, but not at the same time. It is now the evening, so we've progressed a bit further. Now, this is the nurse's office. So if we go in here, we need this pencil and paper.
Can I borrow a pencil and paper from you?
Go ahead.
Okay, now we are going to return to patient 1 and use this.
Okay, the next time I speak to him, I'm going to use the paper.
Now that's actually quite weird, because that is your hint that that's the item you need to use, but you get that hint after you use it. Do you see what I mean? So there's a slight breaking the fourth wall element there with the game saying, hey, use this. Okay, let's hypnotise him again then, shall we?
I've been looking at the files. When you arrived here, you were shouting out loud. You remember? A single word. Okay. I'll show you the word. Maybe that'll help. No. No. I'd like to find out what you were doing before you were discovered. Look at the pendulum. Concentrate on its swing.
It's...
Yes.
It's so dark. So dark. I'm on my own.
And now the utter madness starts, and this is where the game gets really bloody interesting. So you basically regress into each patient's memories. So this is patient number 1.
It's dark.
How do you feel? Do you know the place where you are?
I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
Of them. I gotta get away. There's a grill, dark passages, and a wall with a grill, a hole in the floor. I can hear noises.
Have you got anything with you?
I've got a gun and a crowbar.
Where did you get those from?
I don't know. There. Footsteps. I gotta get out of here.
So here we go, now we get the more traditional point-and-click style puzzles. We need to use this crowbar on the grate.
The grill is stuck. I'll try the other side first.
But from the other side, apparently first. So we need to do it, if I remember rightly, twice on each side, which does seem a bit of a sort of filler, but oh well. So, you know, puzzle number 1, as it goes, not bad. And I really like this transition into their memories. It is a really interesting game mechanic where you can have the main character as the doctor in the psychiatric hospital, but then you get to do these otherworldly things. Sort of the juxtaposition in storyline, as it were. Right, this is the last one. Bye-bye crowbar, and bye-bye grate. So we can't use that item again. So here we go, puzzle number 2.
I've made it. I'm outside.
Where?
I don't know. It's a fenced area, near water.
But you can't see anyone. Is there anybody else there?
I'm scared. They're coming. They're on their way. Somebody's calling.
Keep calm. This has already happened. These are just recollections. Who is it? Male or female?
A man. I gotta go. I gotta get over the fence somehow.
Okay. Now, the only objects we've really got are these barrels. Now, if we try and push them towards the fence, they are a bit too heavy because they're full of something.
I won't be able to do that. It's too difficult.
So we need to make them a little bit lighter. So if we go all the way over here, we are going to shoot them. If you try and do it too close, it does actually say it's you're too close to shoot. So this will empty the barrel out. I like the fact he has no idea what's in the barrel. It could have been something flammable, but he took that risk. Fair enough to him. Okay, now we can go back over there and push it towards the fence, which then means we can escape. Okay, so there we go, and push. And roll. And there we go, we have freedom. Godspeed, good sir. I quite like this as well. It all seems a bit convenient.
There's a boat.
The way I'm sort of seeing it at the moment is this is very much sort of like the Saw films, in a way where everything just seems a bit too planned out. Like, oh, there's a boat there. How interesting. And the fact that all their gunshots miss. He's not exactly a small target. I'm pretty sure they could have hit him. And this is the other thing. He's found by a search and rescue helicopter. Surely he's not insane. So yeah, a slight question I've got, unless of course he's like can't remember anything and he's really traumatized from his experience. So anyway, whether he was then was some sort of small island or facility just offside the coast of New York. At the moment, maybe Alcatraz? I'm not entirely sure.
Oh no. Oh no.
This is where I get the location of Alcatraz wrong, isn't it?
It's all okay. You're with me in the hospital. You're safe. Hey, can you still hear me? Okay. Okay, you're right. That's enough for today. That was plenty. We'll leave it at that. Just rest. It's late. I'll come back tomorrow.
And there we go for the patients today. It is about time we call it and head back to the hotel. So I quite like that. If we're gonna... Again, I haven't quite played past this chapter yet. So if in future chapters it's going to be like a patient a day, that's quite cool. And message from our wife. We'll deal with that in a bit. Now we have this crazy guy that we were discussing stuff with earlier. I'm willing to take votes on what he is. I'm thinking at the moment some sort of report. He's either a reporter or he is something to do with these kids going crazy. You'll see what I mean in a minute.
My God, you're still here.
Yeah, I'm clocking out soon. I've about had it for today.
Yeah, for you anyway. I got a long night ahead of me.
What are you doing there? You a shrink or what?
Yes, a psychiatrist.
And so, how are they doing, those wackos?
Patients.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, you know I'm not allowed to say. Patient confidentiality.
You're checking out those kids, yeah? Ah, come on, I know you are. I saw them when they came in. Crazy.
It's no good trying to fool you, Mr.
Miller. Stuart Miller.
McNamara. David.
Okay, Dave. I guess I'm wet enough now. Have fun with the wackos, yeah?
How wonderfully odd. Right then, back to the hotel. And we are going to stop off at the Nighthawk's Bar, I think, because there's a very odd little interesting encounter we're going to have there. So, ladies and gentlemen, Nighthawks. Not quite as artistic as in the painting.
Evening.
Hello.
Evening.
That guy at the bar is going to be a source of endless entertainment.
Right then. What's it gonna be?
Whiskey on the rocks, please.
Coming up.
Hey,
Isn't that a bit strong for you, wimpy?
In all honesty, you shouldn't be drinking whiskey with ice anyway. It's sacrilege.
Cheers.
And notice that the barman does this endless stare.
You new around here?
Business trip. I'm staying over there at the Skyline.
Oh, you from out of town?
Washington.
Nice place. And? You like the Big Apple? You had a hard day, right?
Give me another, please.
You got it.
Awkward conversations. But necessary.
Say, you hear about the girl this morning at the intersection? Young kid, half naked, with a gun?
Not him. That fruitcake. He hasn't.
Yeah, I heard.
It's getting worse with the kids. All of them running around with guns and stuff, and trouble everywhere you look.
Yeah.
Not your thing, pussy?
I'll have another.
Sure. Seems to have been a damned hard day.
Oh, it has, and it's going to get even more twisted and downtrodden as we go through this. I get the feeling that we're actually going to be dealing more with Dave's sanity than we are with the kids, or they're somehow interlinked. Everything will make sense soon.
You could say that. Anyway, nice company.
Don't worry about Riker. He's loaded, that's all.
I kind of reached that conclusion.
Drink up and get yourself back to that geek house.
You were quite right. Wherever you look, trouble. Another one, please.
Throw that bed water out, Randall.
That's enough, Riker. Just drink and watch your mouth. Sorry about him. There's a big part of Riker got left in Vietnam.
No problem. I'm pretty well gone myself. Makes no difference to me.
Wussy.
Riker, shut your face or you're drinking outside, right? On the house. For the trouble, okay?
All right, thank you. I've got to go. I'll come back again sometime.
Now, there was that piece of dialogue which seemed to skip. That wasn't actually me, that was the game. Now, you could make the argument of perhaps some of these problems have been fixed with patches. I tried to patch this game. The only patch that exists is in German.
Call Kim.
Alright, here we go. Personal exposition, which we always like. So let's find some more information about Dave.
Hello?
Hi, it's me. So, everything okay?
What do you want, David?
Nothing. I just wanted to let you know I got here okay.
Okay. Anything else?
Listen, Kim, can't we...
I've got to go. See you later.
Wait, Kim? Oh, great.
He could almost be a character out of the bloody Stephen King book, the way things are going. Okay. Now, we have to make one more phone call in a minute, but first, let's listen to this here answering machine message, which will reveal all.
You have one message.
David, I've been thinking. You don't need to come back. I'm filing for divorce. Please don't call me anymore. My attorney will do everything else. I'm sorry.
Again, this is why I think we're partially dealing with his descent into madness as well, so it's a multifaceted story. And you've just broken a mirror. Of all the things you want to do, when you're having a bad day, getting 7 years of bad luck is probably not going to help matters, Dave. You fool. But anyway, we need to make at least one more phone call. And that will be to our lawyer, I believe. The attorney, sorry. And this guy might as well be voiced by Tommy Wiseau. It's that bad.
Ingram?
Hi, Terry. It's me again. Things any better?
Yeah, kind of.
Come on, 5 minutes. You weren't gonna call me?
Yeah, sorry. I didn't manage it, but I'm a bit rushed. I'm on my way to see Kim.
Ah, well. How is Kim, then? Have you already spoken to her today?
Yes, briefly.
This morning? Early?
Oh, no. Around midday in town. We had lunch.
Oh, nice. Good idea. That'd do you good to, get out a little. What are you guys doing this evening?
I don't know yet. Maybe we'll get out for a drink.
Did she tell you anything? I mean, about us?
Not much, no.
Did she say she wanted to split up with me?
No. She was pretty much preoccupied by her thoughts. It being the anniversary. How come you think she wants to split up with you?
She called.
Oh, dear.
Terry?
Yeah?
You'll help me, won't you?
Of course.
She needs to calm down again. Will you speak to her?
Sure I will. Listen, David. Don't be annoyed, but I really have to go.
I'll call you again tomorrow morning, okay?
Oh yeah, do that. But make it early. I've got to go into the office. If you don't call then, you'll only be able to get me in the evening.
Okay. Till tomorrow then.
Catch you then.
So there we go. Dave, our hero, whose life is spiralling into the pan. He's got to deal with 6 mental patients in a hospital that's awful, and no one really seems to like him. So, let's go to bed and do the final piece of exposition for the day. The glorious tape recorder is once again coming out. Enjoy.
Record date, Sunday, November the 11th, 2007. Patients in Staten Island Hospital were first of all examined. Primary diagnosis is post-traumatic stress disorder, which has in turn brought about complete amnesia. This concerns 3 young men and 2 women aged between 18 and 20 years. In the absence of established identities, the patients are named after the numbers of their cells. Accommodation is not the most well appointed. However, the general condition of patients is good. Initial contact was made with the male patient in cell number 1. It revealed the first clues that this young man must have found himself in a dangerous situation. A step-by-step reconstruction for this patient appears most promising. The male patient in cell number 5 is aggressive. In spite of this, medication has been withheld in accordance with the reconstruction therapy. Confidential note, the situation with Kim is coming to a head. I don't have a good feeling about this. She's cold. She's short with me. Maybe it's got something to do with the fact that yesterday was the anniversary of the accident. I've asked Terry to look after her while I'm away. Sure, he's only got time in the evenings, but maybe the company will be good for her. You've got a headache. Should have left the whiskey alone. I have to go out again tomorrow, and my hospital colleagues are a pretty strange bunch. I'm tired. I hope those goddamn dreams are gonna stop. Recording ends.
And there we go. That is actually the end of chapter 1. Go to sleep, Dave.
Oh, what a day.
I concur. So here we go then. Chapter 2. Wounds. Of course, the subtitle of chapter 1, Broken Glass, is of course referring to the mirror. Okay, well, I hope you like what's sort of going on here. I think it's a very interesting story, even though it's extremely sort of dialogue heavy, and I hope to see you next time. So I've been TrevimusPrime, and this was the end of chapter 1 of Overclocked, A History of Violence. Okay, ta-ta for now.